Some members of the All Progressives Congress in Lagos State staged a peaceful protest on Monday at the front of the Lagos State House of Assembly, calling for the immediate removal of the state's chairman, that's Cornelius Ojelabi, and federal lawmaker James Faleke over what they described as imposition of candidates and anti-grassroots leadership. Well, joining me to discuss this is Bestman Nze-Jumbo, is the president, Team Nigeria4Change. I also have Lanretoluh, is a political analyst and strategist. He joins virtually. Gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, let me just start by asking you what we are seeing emanate from the APC in Lagos. I mean, we saw, what I call it, cracks of this, in a way, during the local government elections, where it appeared like the party in the state is pretty fractured, permit me to use that word, or cracked. Right now we are seeing people, or some individuals who claim to be members of the party, protesting and asking that the state chairman and a lawmaker be removed. What is going on within the APC? From your analysis, what do you suggest?
Well, research permits you to use the word crack.
Yeah.
Is your opinion?
So
there's no crack.
Okay.
There's no crack.
Does it appear
APC.
like there's a crack within the APC?
There's
in
no
Lagos?
crack at all. There was an election, a local government election. People aspired. A lot of people wanted to get into positions. People who feel they've been committed to the party. People who feel they've served. So there was agitations, which is bound to happen in an electoral process. You cannot just have an election and everything just goes smoothly. Within a party, you have different views and opinions. And APC is one party that has space, tolerates all shades of views and opinions. So during the local, remember I was the chairman for the primaries in the solo local government. And I saw firsthand people agitating, eagerness to get into positions because people want to serve. A lot of people want to serve. So when you see things like that, a bit of skirmishes, a bit of disagreements here, it's bound to happen. But it does not necessarily mean there's a crack in the larger body of the party.
But let's look at some of their demands. Imposition of candidates and anti-grassroots leadership. I mean, this pretty grave demands. Some of them are saying that some of the candidates that were put forward to represent them really largely doesn't represent, their choice.
I've been involved with, I've been exposed to Lagos politics now for over 25 years. And it's always been that same cliche. At every election cycle, you hear, imposition, no, I'm the best, why they impose someone? It's a recurring cliche. It is not new. We're not hearing it for the first time. Over the years.
So what has the party done to address this over
the years? Like I said, it's become a cliche. It's not, let me give you an example. 5 people are vying for the same office. And the party says, hey, let's not take these 5 different camps into the election. Let's come together and have a consensus. Consensus is very democratic. And everybody decides, okay, maybe one person now say no. The next thing you hear imposition. Out of 6, 7 of you, 6, let's say out of 7, 6 agreed to a consensus candidate to say, okay, you wait for your time, or you look at this, why don't you go for this position, take this office, but you refuse. Now you say it's imposition. It is not. It is not. Because even I have also learned over time that those that have been favored so much in the party, when one time it doesn't favor them, they are the ones that bring down the roof. So most times, more often than not, it is always consensus that 1 or 2 disgruntled will go out there and say it is imposition. I saw a pocket of people go out there to say the chairman must go.
And that's where I'm going to. Okay. The leadership of Mr. Cornelius Ojelabi, who is the state chairman of the APC, there are calls that he be relieved of his job as chairman of the party. How would you describe his leadership of the party? Would you say it's inclusive? Is it the kind of leadership that, from what we are seeing, even though, would you say it's a leadership that should be given a pat on the back? Has it really made the party united?
We accept the other reasons, but if it has to do with the last local government election, I don't see any reason for it. Like I said, I was the chairman of the primaries for Solo, and we went with the party guidelines from last year, and we did the thing according to the books. But those that the thing does not favor will always shout. And again, when you say out of a part, maybe in an area you have APC members of about 20,000 members, and you see 200 carry placards to say this man must go, you have to look beyond the surface. Somebody somewhere might be sponsoring them. Somebody might be disgruntled somewhere. But when you see the larger party say we are okay with this person, then he must be doing something good. How on earth will you believe somebody that says Honorable Faleke should be removed? One of the bright lights of the party in Lagos, who is doing so much in his community and in his constituency. It's like somebody coming to tell me that because of this election, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, it just goes to show that some people somewhere are remotely controlling a very insignificant members of the party.
All right, we'll go on a quick break. When we return, we'll switch this conversation to talk about another recent development in Lagos, the renaming of some bus stops in the state, and the reaction of some members of the state saying that, what could be the motive of this? Could this be political or maybe tribal? Stay with us, we'll be right back. Many thanks for staying with us. It's still Politics HQ on News Central Television, and of course we are looking at Lagos politics. I still have my guest with me. Bestman Nze-Jumbo is the president for Team Nigeria4Change. Thank you for staying with me, sir. Now, let's talk about a recent development in Lagos, and that's the, what I call the renaming of some bus stops or landmarks in Lagos, which has, sort of generated reaction and has continued to generate reactions. While some are saying, you know what, it's okay, it's good, it's within the purview of the government. These individuals that have been, named after these places actually did contribute to the state. Some are raising the eyebrow to ask if maybe this might have some political or even tribal leaning. From your perspective, what's your take?
First and foremost, if I'm allowed to use the word hate, I hate tribalism. You can't be around me if I notice that you have these ethnic sentiments with you. No. My name is Bestman Nze-Jumbo. He's Otumba. I'm the Otunfiwagboye of Agudaland. I'm the Otunatunishi of Ibogun in Ogun State, popularly called the Yorumole. Yet, I am not Yoruba. My wife is Yoruba. I said that to say this, and I'm widely traveled. It is illiteracy and lack of exposure that makes a man make his judgments based on tribal and ethnic sentiments. That aside, naming of streets is in the purview of the local government in Lagos, by extension, the purview of the government. And we've had streets over the years. This is not the first time. Unfortunately, because of the heated political environment that we are right now, everything is looked at from the political point of view. I've seen names of streets, Yoruba names, changed in this series of name changes that have happened. I lived on Ajidagon by Ajidagon Street as a young boy. The Ajidagon family had the name of the street. That's the same street at the point that Charlie Boy lived. We were living down the road.
Okay.
Now, my understanding of streets and names in Lagos, you must have a property there Probably you are the first person to build. Probably you've contributed so much to the community as a landlord there. Probably you have a landmark structure there. Probably maybe your house is the best, and one thing must be tied to the naming of the street after you. Charlie Boy does not have a property on that street. Let's be as honest as possible.
But he claimed that he contributed immensely to that area.
If you are going there, if you are going
empowered a lot of
contribution, as a young boy, like I said, I lived on that stretch. When Charlie Boy moved in there, he was at the top of his game then as an artist, a musician, a TV presenter on his Charlie Boy show stuff. You know what I mean? So, because of his personality and his bike, as well with motorbikes, he had a big bike on the house. So, Charlie Boy. Somehow, and the house was at the end of the road, just by the bus stop. So it was easy to say, when you get to that Charlie Boy house, when you get to that Charlie Boy, gradually it became Charlie Boy bus stop. People consciously, not legally, not by reason of statutes. So it became Charlie Boy.
Do you think that this renaming might be as a result, maybe, of his political leanings?
So I'm going to
tribal leaning.
Now the family at Jidagon that had their name, we will also say it's politics. That they renamed Jidagon to Olamide Bado Street. Ilaje Road, the Ilajes, because the road leads to the waterfront, where the Ilajes claim. Ilaje Road in Bariga was changed to King Sunny Ade Street. Now we'll look at that too. Now, I will be against the renaming of, let me give you an example, Ozumambadiwe Street, VI. If you come and tell us that you want to change Ozumambadiwe, some of us will rise and ask questions, why? The Ozumambadiwe, his family house still standing there. So we should stop this idea of Tinubu gave young female footballers money. People are bringing politics into it. Why must we bring politics into everything? So that's my own take on that. And tell you, even the property. I remember when Telbo was dragging with the owner, move out of my house. He refused until he finished his own house, before he eventually moved. So it's not about I will defend anybody whose rights being trampled on this issue of street renaming. Indubisi Kanu is an Igbo man. Lagos is naming properties, naming legacy buildings after him. Indubisi Kanu. A Lagos state can name a place, the Lagos that I know, can name something after Austin J.J. Okocha. He's not a Yoruba man. This is the same Lagos.
So you are saying that this has nothing to do with tribe?
It does have, as far as
political leaning?
I don't think so. As far as the Charlie Boy own is concerned. I've not gone, which other one? Like I said, we have a lot of Yoruba streets that are also renamed. So maybe the Yorubas are also now, the Lagosians are fighting maybe the Ondo people by renaming a larger. So we have to look at it, objectively. I don't think it has to do with tribal sentiments.
All right.
I'm looking forward to a street named after me in Lagos. And I'm not Yoruba.
All right, thank you so much for your time on the program, Bestman. And of course, I'm made to understand that I should just throw you just one more question before we before we go. If you could answer in 30 seconds. I mean, this talk about Lagos being no man's land.
Nigeria, we all are Nigerians. We have a constitutional right to live in any part of Nigeria. I live in Lagos. I'm actually from Bonny, in River State. And Lagos have blessed me. I have been a blessing to Lagos. and Lagos have reciprocated by blessing me, does that now mean tomorrow I want to be the Oba of Lagos? If I cannot be the Oba of Lagos, then Lagos cannot be said to be a no man's land. As much as Lagos has been a blessing to me, I live freely. Nobody has any right to disturb me in Lagos. I can prosper as much as I want. I have chieftaincy titles now in Lagos. As far as a Taiwo Olubunmi cannot be the Obi of Onitsha, as far as a Nicholas Ukadike cannot be the Emir of Kano, as far as a Bestman Nze-Jumbo cannot be the Oba of Lagos, no part of Nigeria is a no man's land. Belongs to some people.
All right, thank you so much once again. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Bestman Nze-Jumbo is the president of Team Nigeria4Change. Well, that's the beat we can take on the program at this time. Don't forget, in case you need, of course, to rewatch this particular episode, it's on YouTube. You can actually follow us on YouTube. That's at News Central TV. You can also choose to follow us on social media. The handle is there on your screen. You can choose to follow me personally at Dakbo Adiboye. Thank you so much. Good night.